Good morning everyone, Spazzy Dragon here, aka Syndromes. Welcome to 15 Minutes of Discovery. Holy crap guys, it is, it's 4 in the morning, on a Monday. I have work in the morning, and it begins in 3 hours. For some reason I sort of fucked up my sleep schedule, and now I just can't fall asleep. The best thing I can do is just listen to music, hope that I maybe will fall asleep, but if that's not going to be possible, then I'm probably just going to have to endure throughout the day and just fall asleep as soon as I get home. With that in mind, I suppose it's about time to make a few statements about my current projects and the thing that I'm actually doing in Discovery, and the first thing is that I'm not actually doing anything right now. I started playing EVE Online a month ago, and it sort of sucked all the time out of it, not only because I was playing a different game, but also the fact that I was playing it with other people that I pretty much play with every day. So you might see how that sort of sucked out all of the time I had for Freelancer, but that, quite frankly, that's not the case. It's pretty much the fact that more and more time I'm devoting for my job, and games, not just Freelancer, but games in general, have become, you know, sort of like a second line thing, which is obviously good in a way, but seeing though I really like my current projects, like like for example the 15 minutes of disco videos, you might see how this might not be a good thing, even more so now that I have a different project with the 4.85 let's play slash tutorial slash guide slash thing. 2 chapters in so far, well, episodes, or chapters, I don't know, they're about an hour long each, so, you know, decide for yourself. 2 of them in so far, and I can already see that they are probably the most useful thing I have posted on my YouTube channel regarding Discovery for a while now, because the 15 minutes, let's face it, they're pretty much like a blog, like a vlog, like a update on the current things I'm doing, just like this one is right now. So the question is, why the hell isn't there a third one yet? And, well, apart from the fact that I'm kind of busy, actually episode 3 is already done. The only problem here is that it got outdated the moment I posted it on fucking YouTube. It's still there, it's just invisible. So the problem here is that we are still in beta, even now. 87 is still in beta, and things are still being changed around every day, almost. Even now, like, for example, the first episode that I made, it was about getting out of your starting ship. Okay, fair enough. The second one was pretty much about, you know, making money, like mining and, you know, all that sort of goodness. The third one was actually supposed to show people how to spend their money, about ship types, weapon types, armor, all those cool things, and obviously involved talking about ship types, how they're actually used in games, what are their weaknesses and strengths, and, you know, the usual stuff. But here comes the problem. We are still in beta, and things are still being changed around. So if something that I say in the video becomes outdated, then the whole fucking video becomes outdated. And since the video is about an hour long, you can see how, you know, it's not that easy, because I'm trying to shoot these videos without editing at all. It means that I'm not even running it through Sony Vegas, and I'm just shooting it as it goes. I'm not reading off a script or anything, and that's something I'm, you know, trying to get used to right now, because usually my speaking skills are pretty shit. I stutter all the time, I keep doing these just like I'm doing now, but, you know, it's 4 AM, so sue me. Anyway, the problem is that during the development of that video, we didn't have the latest update yet, and as soon as I posted it, they instantly changed the light fighters as they work right now. They introduced the light fighter guns, so obviously all the bullocks I talked about in the video about how light fighters are essentially just troll ships, and they aren't really useful apart from new players to explore and shit. One of the key things that I mentioned is that Well, if you can scout in a light fighter, you can also scout in a freighter, which is equipped for PvP, because quite frankly, they have the same, they have the same speed, and there's no real reason not to use a freighter which can actually turret zoom and turret steer and actually deal a lot of damage to snubcraft. Just flying a light fighter seems a waste. Actually, even flying a freighter, you can easily scout with a very heavy fighter. Heck, you can scout with a gunboat if you have to. There's no real tactical reason for you to specifically use a light fighter on this, but sorry. But you know, that now that has changed, and it has rendered about 7-ish minutes of my video completely out of date, and it's just sitting there and I have to redo it in the first place. So obviously after that fiasco I decided, oh, I'm just gonna wait for a bit, they're going to release the new update, we're going to go full version, and then I can, you know, start doing these videos again. No! That is not the case. We are still apparently in beta, there still hasn't been any updates yet. Even more so, they fucking broke turret zoom. I can't zoom with this thing anymore. Do you know how awful this thing is without turret zoom? It's awful, quite frankly. So yes, Discovery 87 is pretty far away from its final release, but you know, I know what you're going to say, like, okay, Spazzy, fair enough, so you can't talk about ships and shit. Okay, what other things can you talk about? Well, to be quite frank, I really don't know, because it doesn't really matter how I portray them in my videos, especially in the Let's Play, because the whole thing about this new project is pretty much showing everything you would otherwise read on a forum tutorial, but applied to in-game actions. And that in by itself is a bit tricky to pull off, but quite frankly, showing numerous types of ships, going to Connecticut and getting fraps footage of people using those ships in combat, that was pretty interesting, and I really am trying to make my videos a bit more interesting than usual, because, as I already said, there's only that much I can talk about in 15 minutes of Disco. I only have these characters, so yeah, that is actually another problem here. I don't have any new characters. See this carrier? This is, you-know-what mate. You-what mate, even, the flag carrier. This is the same thing, I'm still flying it. But there's only so many videos I can actually show about it. It's getting boring. If it's getting boring for me, it must be getting boring for you as a, you know what I mean. So I need new ships, but for that, hey look, a smiley face. Fucking smiley face. You what, mate? You fucking purple guardian eagle thing. Okay, so what was I on about? Okay, so the thing is, I need to get some time to mine things. But quite frankly, that hasn't been an easy task right now, because I simply don't have the time. I usually get about an hour or maybe 2 hours per evening to play Freelancer or any games, and quite frankly, I would really love to, you know, do something else instead of shooting rocks. But quite frankly, if I wanted to get a transport, I would have to sell this thing, and you know, trading for me is not really that fun in the first place. So there we go. But then I just look at the other people, like I don't know, Max for example. He's doing his signatures and he's making good in-game credits off it. So I thought, okay, so I can't code, I can't model. The only thing I can do is make some above-average quality videos these days. So okay, how do I turn that into profits? And the only thing I can imagine right now is just to advertise new groups, or I don't know, make a talk show again, or I don't know, anything that would run off of donations or something. Something along the lines of reach this goal and there's going to be a new video out, and if that was the case, I would gladly put a lot more effort into this. I would use editing, I would use Sony Vegas for this, but right now I just don't have the time to do it. If I want to make a video like this, I actually have to spend my otherwise already small in-game time to make these. So that is that. But apart from that, currently working on the fourth episode for the 87 Let's Play thing. And this time I'm going to talk about piracy. And again, that is a bit of a snag here, because we have, currently we had this little change when it comes to transports, that their turrets are actually better now. And, you know, it sort of changes how we look at piracy right now, because already for the last few days we have seen a few posts from certain people saying that, oh, well, these turrets are too OP, and oh god, this guy's ramming me, what the fuck, that these turrets are a bit too good, and that no transport should be able to kill a bomber or a gunboat. And you know what, I wouldn't even be mad, and you know that I love my unlawful characters, especially my Xeno. I love killing transports, it's fun. But quite frankly, now it actually might be even more fun when they... You motherfucker. Did you just shoot me? Shoot me again. I fucking dare you. Anyway, it's even more fun now than that, you know that those guys can actually do some damage to you. There's only one thing that I may see that might pose a little bit of problem. I don't even know if it's power creep in this case, but by giving, you know, the Type 4 turrets, the Dolzians, I think they were Dolzians, upping them so much. Oh, fucking guy just got wrecked. Serves you right, bitch. Anyway, so if I was a pirate and using a bomber and always talking about how that using a bomber is the best thing, and you know, all that sort of thing, and if someone just buffed the transports, I would just simply go to the next best thing, and that is in fact a gunboat. Because if you know how to use a gunboat, then you will probably... Oh, how unfortunate. Serves you fucking right, dick. Anyway. Hey, and now this guy's gonna get his asshole raked. Oh, look at you. Oh, incoming missiles! Ah, man, this is nice. I like this. Look at him. He's going to get fucking wrecked by those missiles. Boosh! One missile. Come on. More, more, more. Don't you even dare cruising away. Oh, there comes the next missile. Boosh! Damn, that's nice. See, but again, that's the thing. If they're going to buff transports, then most pirates are pretty... They're probably going to go for gunboats. And, you know, bombers, they're fun to shoot when you're lawful. I have a cup holder, for example, which is pretty fun. And I usually go around, if I know it's pirate in a bomber, I usually get my bomber out just to go and hunt him down because it's fun. If everyone is going to switch to gunboat piracy, then I will probably switch to a cruiser, because cruisers are very good at taking out gunboats, or heck, a battle cruiser with its missiles. That's going to be a lot more interesting. And this guy is actually called... print screen. Print screen. There you go. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the issue. It's a slow and steady power creep. If no one's going to use bombers anymore, there's no more reason for anyone to use light fighters or other bombers to take them out. They're just going to go for gunboats or cruisers to fight the gunboats. And as soon as everyone understands that, oh, they're going to be assaulted by large ships, then, well, fuck, they're going to get something bigger. And, you know, I might be over-exaggerating over there, but, you know, I really don't see how that won't work otherwise than that. But those are just my 2 cents. It's probably not going to be as bad as I'm currently trying to explain it. But again, that is just something to keep in mind. But on the other hand, it's actually interesting right now because if someone is whining about transports being overpowered and shit, you know how we usually said, oh, well, you should have gotten an escort for, traders who whine that, oh my god, pirates are overpowered. And now, people are going to say, so you expect traders to move in groups to be safe. Okay, fair enough. But then you're going to be doing the same as a pirate. If you want to pirate safely, then you are probably going to, have to move around in a group. Because right now, if you are a gunboat, and for example, if you somehow manage to get yourself between two battle transports, they're probably going to push your shit in. That's a scary thought for a pirate, especially for a solo pirate. The only problem I see here is the fact that for those of you who actually, would have loved to play for the income, even though the piracy is not really that good of an income, it was still, interesting. And as someone already said today on the forums, the whole anyway, yeah, so that the whole fucking junkers. And the whole thing about actually earning money via the piracy is just a very cool little added bonus to it. Making piracy to be in groups, that is probably going to kill that off, and people are just going to be pirate for the sake of pirating, which is, to be fair, it's not a bad thing, but some element of that experience is going to be lost. But again, that is just my opinion. Well, on the side note, has anyone noticed that we are actually getting quite a lot of new players these days? Now, obviously, that's not a bad thing, but actually, someone did point that out today, that all of these new Starflyers, or, civilian shuttles as they are now, they are not really here for the roleplay. That is putting it, generously. But, again, education. If you are going to do that bullshit again where everyone is going to invade New York only because the level of roleplay is so low, and that all of the new players who don't know how to roleplay sit in New York all the time, fuck this place, I'm going to go and roleplay somewhere else. Yeah, nothing is going to change if we abandon these hotspots. If, education is... that fucking asshole. Fucking cloaking asshole. Yep, he is cloaking. You know what? I don't see this guy, so I'm just going to shoot my weapons in that general location. And the asshole's moving. Hello there, Junker SCVs. Oh wow, that is... laggy stuff. Fuck you, Junker NPCs. Fuck you. I wonder if that Junker is still around to see me doing this. Leel. This is spatial with a Freelancer and... Oh. This asshole is bumping me. Yes, that is in fact a lot of guns. Okay, so that asshole's actually killing people, so I might as well go and see what he's doing. Maybe I can even make an actual 15 minutes of this.